Okay, I'm starting to record.
Perfect.
I hope that more people will join us soon. Okay.
It will be a small class and it'll be interactive and
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
personal. So let's
Okay.
go ahead and
Okay.
start, and we'll have others join us.
Okay. Veronica, you've been with us before, weren't you? Veronica?
No, she's new, but
Oh, she's completely new. Okay.
Yeah,
But
Veronica.
I thought we had some Veronica before.
We had another Veronica.
No,
There's
we
another
had
Veronica.
Virginie.
That's what I thought.
We
Okay,
had
and
Virginie
Cynthia.
who will join us from
Virginia.
next session.
Okay, I hope both Veronica and Cynthia, you've seen the videos of our last 10 sessions, and I know it is not as easy as being together in class, but I hope you'll find it possible to just follow us from where we stopped, and I hope I know
Yeah, I'm sure we will be fine. It's a real treat. Thank you.
So. I hope so. You are very, very welcome, and the more the merrier.
Thank you.
Okay, so the last class, and I hope you've seen all of you who weren't present in the last session. You've seen the video, and it was like I was making a revision of all the things that we have done since the beginning, in a short run, and I hope you got the idea more or less. And today we want to carry on with the letters where we stopped, and there are two new letters that I want to teach you today. And if you remember, I told you that there are families of letters. Like we studied the family of ba, ta, and tha, and jim, ha, v'cha, the family of threes. And what happens in the family is that the letter looks exactly the same, and you know that letters can take more than one shape. It depends if it's in the beginning of a word, in the middle of a word, and the end of the word. Sometimes three, sometimes four different shapes. But within the family, all the letters look alike, like in the beginning, and the middle, and the end of a word. And the only difference between one letter and the other is the dot. Okay, sometimes it's one dot, sometimes it's more than one dot, two or three dots, and sometimes it's on top of the letter, sometimes it's on the bottom of the letter. Okay, so these are what happens in the families of letters. And today we're going to study a new family that will sound maybe very strange to you. These are letters that you don't have in the English language at all. And try to read my lips. Okay, sa. It's not sa, it's sa. Like try to imitate the way I'm pronouncing it. Sa. Like sa is you keep your mouth almost closed, sa, but sa you have to open your mouth. Okay, sa. Like a high C. Okay, sa. Sa. Okay. Sa. In Hebrew we have this letter as well, but they don't pronounce it as sa. They decided that it was too difficult for Ashkenazi Jews to spell it. So instead of sa, they make it sa. They like TSA. And by the way, this is a letter from the German language. Does anybody here speak German?
I understand.
You do? So there is a letter called SZ that it's pronounced sa, sa. And that's the way they pronounce sa in Hebrew language. Okay? Okay, but in Arabic, we have to keep the sa as being original. And if you think that sa is difficult, okay, now its sister or its brother in that family is even worse. Now, try to read my lips. Va. Va. It's not the. It's not the. It's not da, va. Also,
Va.
you open your mouth, va.
Va.
And in the Arabic language, this is the only language, by the way, in the world that has this letter, this sound, va. And many times they call the Arabic language لغة الضاد, the language of the va, because it's the only language in the world that's got va. Now, the Arabs, the Arabic language really loves this letter so much, you wouldn't believe it, but you have this va twice in the Arabic language. One va is the va that comes as a sister to the sa, this family of sa and va, and the other one comes as a sister of another letter that we haven't studied yet. We studied it yet. We'll study it later on. It's called ta and va. Now both ta and va and sad and vad, the va sounds exactly the same. Maybe some people think that there's a little bit of difference. So, but there isn't really. They sound really the same. Like if you have a word with this sound and you don't know the word ahead of time, there is no way that you can tell if it's a va of the sister of the sad, or if it's a va, a sister of the ta. Okay, I hope that I didn't scare you, students. Okay, this is really something.
Did you say the Iraqi language is the only language that has it?
No, I said the Arabic language.
Or the Arabic is the only language that
the Arabic language, and
okay.
By the way, in the Iraqi Jewish, the Judeo-Arabic, the Iraqi Judeo-Arabic, they use the va. Even like when you pray, those who are Iraqi between you will say Baruch Ata Avonai. We don't say Adonai. You say Avonai. The va is even incorporated in the Hebrew language, but they don't have it really. And like in Israel, the Arabs cannot pronounce the va properly, and they make it ba, something like with a D, but high D, ba. And the Egyptians also cannot pronounce it properly, and they usually say za, something with a Z, ya zalimni. Okay, if you know the famous song of Kulthum. So what but we're talking about classical Arabic, and classical Arabic, we should try our best to pronounce the Arabic letters as they are supposed to be pronounced, with sa and va. Okay, the sa is not a sa as opposed to a sa. It's a sa. You have to open up your mouth as much as you can. And the va, if it's very difficult for you to pronounce va, then try it as a the, but make it a bit warmer, like the. Okay? Good luck. I don't know how to make you really pronounce it in the right manner. Maybe we need a speech expert, you know, where to open your mouth and where to put your tongue on the upper side of mouth or whatever. So these are the two letters that we are going to study today, the sa and the va. Okay, now I'm going to show you a short video. Okay, I hope I can show it to you now. Now, where is it? Here we are. Okay. Now, the sa and the va, as I said, they are exactly the same, except for the dot on the top of the sa to make it a va. Now I'm going to show you how they look like. Okay. Now this is, first of all, this is how they look like in the beginning of a word. Okay. Sa in the beginning of a word. Okay. Now it's the only letter that it has like two shapes. You have this shape, and then you have this thing that it's called a ragza. We use that when we write connected letters in a word, but this ragza is a part of the letter. It's not, it doesn't tell us that they're going to be another letter. Okay, I'll talk about this later. Let's go on. So this is in the beginning of a word, and this is the way. If you see how they, I don't know if you can notice like this dot here. If you can notice it like this. Now I'm going to show you again how it is written. Okay. Now, it starts on the bottom, goes sideways, and then go up to the ragza and continue. Okay, I'll stop it now. Like go like this, go to ragza and continue. Okay, I'll write it down. Now you see the dad is exactly the same. This is the sign in the beginning of the word, and this is the in the beginning of the word, and the only difference is this dot. Okay, now I'll show you how it is written. The same manner, but with a dot. Okay, now in the middle of a word. Okay, what do they do? You go like this, exactly the same. You see, this and this are exactly alike. Like here, although looks different, like in the beginning of a word, it looks like this. In the middle of the word, it looks exactly the same. And this small thing here, that means it is connected to a letter before. Okay. Now you remember all of the Arabic letters connect to the letters before them and to the letters after them, except for the 6 letters that we call them David Ares, something like that. It's letters that connect to the letters before them, but never to the letters after them. Okay, so these letters, Sad Bidad, are regular letters, and they do connect to both sides. Okay, now this is the beginning of the word, the middle of the word, they look exactly the same. Now let's see at the end of a word when it is connected. Okay, now when it is connected, you only trade this ragza into a small circle. Okay, so also like this part looks exactly the same as this. Okay, only at the end you go down. Okay, now this is the way it is connected. Let's see how it is written. You see what's the torchlight going, and then go this way. Okay, I'll try to show it to you, and then I'll do it on the board. It goes like this, and then goes up and down. Okay, at the end. Okay, now the Vad is exactly the same. Exactly. Okay, same thing. Okay. Now at the end of the word, a word when it is not connected. Okay. Exactly the same as when it is connected, only it doesn't have anything before that. Okay. Okay, this is the Sad and this is the Bad.
أخير الكلمة من
Now, let's see, they're going to show us how they are written. Now, here, they're going to show us words. Okay, this is a word. Now, this is too long. It isn't supposed to be long. They just want us to show, the letters inside a word. Okay, so this is Sad in the beginning. Now this is here Assad in the middle. Okay, you see they're exactly the same in the middle and in the beginning. They look exactly the same. Okay, here again the same thing, only it has a dot on top. Now a word at the end. At the end of a word. Okay. You see, it's like this is the way it looks when it is at the end of a word and it is connected, and this is the end of a word when it is not connected. They look exactly the same. In this word it is connected, and in that word it is not connected. Okay. Now,
The question, what is the symbol that is above the letter at the end? That's a new one.
yeah, well, I don't want to go into that yet. It is called tanween. Tanween, like when you say ahlan wa sahlan, okay? It makes, they add a letter noon to the end of a word, and here it is tanween بالضمة زي ما قص بيض, okay? But I don't want to trouble you with that here. This is the bonus after you get all the letters. Okay, now let's see how they are trying to write these letters. Okay, now she's going to write it as this is like as if it's typed. Now let's go and see how it is written. Okay, starting from a bottom, going sideways. What's she doing? Okay. Here, you see how it is written? It goes sideways, like, and then there is this. This is the side when it is at the end of a letter and it is not connected. Okay.
Yeah.
Go sideways like an ellipse. And this is at the beginning of a word. And this is when it is connected in the middle of a word. And you see it has this ragza that usually we use it for something else. And this is when it is connected at the end of a word. And this is when it is at the end of a word and it is not connected. Okay? Now she's going to do the same with, well, this is too big. It should be just a dot. Looks like 2 dots. This is for Vava. And this is for Vava as well. When it is at the end of a word and not connected. Okay? Now she's going to write this word. I don't know if you can pronounce it. The first letter here is a Ra, okay? The second letter is a Sa, you see, and it has a Regza, although there is nothing after it, it's an Alif. But the Sa itself has a Regza as a part of the letter itself, okay? We're not used to this. This is the only letter in the Arabic alphabet that has this Regza as a part of a letter, okay? So this is, let's continue. You see how it is written? Okay. Okay, forget about this one, this thing, and let's say there's a fatha on the sa. Who would like to try to read this letter, this word?
Yeah.
Let me see if she's going to put a fatha. No. Okay. Who would like to read it? Go ahead.
Rasas.
Very good. Rasas. Ra, and this is a sa. We should have a fatha here, but she didn't do that. And then we have an alif to make it longer, to make it a double vowel. So it's rasas. Very good. Okay, let's continue. Now this word, we haven't learned one of the letters, so I don't expect you to know. But it shows us how to write the letter sad at the end of a word when it is connected. You see how it is? And usually when you have, you see dots, they put them at the end. Okay, now this letter here is a a, and we have not studied it yet. So this word, nun we know, and this is sad with a dhamma. Okay, who would like to read this this word and knowing that this letter is a a? Yossi, would you like to try that?
Yeah. Akan.
This is sad with a dhamma.
Akansu.
Al-Qansu. Okay.
Akan.
Yeah, I see that you're having problems, and this is very usual not to say qa, al-qansu, and this is a sign.
Al-Kansu.
Al-qansu. Okay.
Al-Kansu.
Let us see. This is when it is connected. Okay, at the end of a letter, but this is connected. Now let's see how she writes this word. And you also do not know this letter. It's a letter A. And this is the letter Va when it is at the end of a word and it is not connected. Okay? Who would like to read this one? What about you, Anna?
Arada.
Arada. Very good. Arada means showed. Okay. By the way, al-qansu means to catch. Usually it's when you catch an animal, like when you are hunting. Okay. All right. Now let's see this letter vad in the middle of a word. Okay. This is the way you see it has a rakza. The rakza is part of the word. Now, who would like, Veronica, would you like to try to read this? I know it's difficult. I can't hear you. I think you're muted. I still cannot hear you. Okay, I think there's something. Okay, Nadine, would you like to read this?
Sure. Hadara.
Very good, wonderful. This is a ha, and you remember if we had a dot on top, then it's a kha, and if they had a dot on the bottom, it would have been a ja. Okay, and this letter is a va, and you notice this rakza, which is a part of that letter. Okay, so it hadara, that means admitted or present. Hadara. Okay. All right. Now let's see what else do we have here. Now this is okay. That's too much. Okay. We'll just okay. Now I'll try to put I put together a few words here. Okay. And we'll try to read them. Let's start with sorry, Cynthia, right? Your name?
Yes.
I have a feeling that you know some Arabic to start with, right?
Yeah, but I left in first grade, so this is good
First
refresher.
grade, wow. But you didn't. But I have a feeling that you can Do you think you can read this word?
Yeah. Surah. Surat?
Surah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Surah.
This is a sad, you see, in the beginning of a word, and it's got a dhamma, but also a wow that makes it into a double vowel. So it's not so, it's su, and this is a ra, and this is ta marbuta that we do not usually we do not bother with it. So sorry.
What was it called?
Oded, can you make it a little bigger, slightly bigger?
Yes, as big as you like.
That's good. No,
Good
no need so. That's good enough. That's great.
Okay, so this
Uh.
word is surah, okay, and this is the way you write sad. This is the way the sad looks like when it is in the beginning of the letter. And for those beginners, Veronica, this sign here, this sign is called dhamma, and it gives the sound oo. So and this is a vowel, but when you have it together with the vowel wow here, then it's so, you know, you make it longer. So it's surah. Okay. Now let's try the second word, which is
Wait, what did you call the last letter? I know it's not surah, surah or surat.
no. I listen. This letter here is
Yeah.
called
We
ta
didn't
marbuta.
learn that one.
I don't. This usually is a sign that the word is feminine. Okay, usually most
Ah,
words to
It's
make
like
it
hey, right?
add this ta marbuta, like muallim, muallima, and you
It's
add
like hey, right? Like hey in Hebrew. It's like hey,
yes, very
Hey.
much like hey in Hebrew. Okay,
the letter hey in Hebrew.
like a hey in Hebrew, but it has when you put it, when it goes inside, if I would say surati, like my picture, surah means picture, by the way. When I say surati, then it changes into a regular ta. But I don't want you to trouble with this. Just remember that if it doesn't have any nikud, any movement on top of it, we just don't do anything with them. So it's just surah, okay? Just as a sign of the feminine. Okay,
Well,
now
I'm sorry, just can you give me the name of it? I just, out of curiosity.
ta marbuta.
Ta marbuta.
Ta like alif ba ta. Ta like T in English, okay?
Okay.
Marbuta is means it's tied.
Tied up.
Tied up.
Yes.
Tied up
Yes.
ta, okay?
Yeah.
And then and it like if I had here, if I had like a fatha, then I would read this as surata. Okay, it's actually some kind of a ta, okay, but it is a tied up sort of ta, so we don't bother with it and read. Okay, now let me see who can take this challenge. Do you think you can do that, Anna? Now, why is it a challenge here? First of all, I think you can already recognize the sa. But here we have another letter which has a shadda, and a fatha and an alif to make it double vowel. So, Anna, go ahead.
Okay, try it. So it's Sayyad.
Music to my ears. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Double yeah and a long ah.
Very good. Very really you know distinction. Because usually you either have a shadda, which is an emphasis, or you have an elongation as a double vowel. But here we have both. Sayyad. Now, I think Cynthia, you know what the meaning of Sayyad, do you? Tell them.
Catch a fisherman?
Well, it can be a fisherman.
Something with catching.
A hunter.
Hunter.
Hunter, you can, yeah, you can
Uh-huh.
also, you can.
Tzayad, in Hebrew, tzayad, tzayad.
Sayyad, exactly, in Hebrew.
Ah,
Sayyad. So, very good, very good, very good. Now, let me see, Yossi.
Yeah.
Try to read this word, which is difficult, okay?
Your,
Your. And this is just like a sad, but it has a dot, so it's a va.
your thi.
Okay?
Yeah.
Can you
Your
pronounce the va, by the way?
Hmm?
Try to pronounce the va, va.
Your your thi. It's thi.
It's not a sa, it's a va, because
It's
it has a dot.
your the, your the.
Yurdi, which means to
Yurdi.
accommodate. Yeah, like to make you happy. Okay?
Your the. Okay. Your the.
Okay? Yurdi.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, Nadine, try to read this word. I think you'll do it on the spot.
Sorry. Maridi? Marid?
Very good. Do you know what it means?
Like sick, right?
Yeah. Well, it's you
Ill?
know, it goes with our this time of year. Mario. Do you know, by the way, how to say sickness? Like Marid is sick. Do you know how to say sickness?
Maridi?
No, I'll write it down for you here. Sickness is marad.
Marad. That's right.
Yeah, I hope you'll never get it. Okay, but this is marad. Okay, and by the way, all right, I don't want to go too much into that. Okay, I'd like to show you, but maybe not today. I'd like to show you how to use the virtual keyboard. Does anybody know how to use a virtual keyboard? Okay.
Like on the computer or like phone?
On the computer. On the phone, you can download
Right.
a virtual Arabic
Yeah.
computer with no
I did.
sorry,
Yeah, I have a-
keyboard.
yeah.
But you can do this also. There is a site when you can choose any keyboard that you have in the world. It's called Gate to Home. But I'll show it to you some other time. Okay. So we know this word. Now, Veronica, you're here to work, not just only to watch. Now, this is a very simple word. Okay. Try to. We cannot hear you. So there's something wrong with your microphone. No. Are you doing this on purpose so that you can exercise?
No.
Because it shows as if your microphone is working. Maybe,
Wait, I think I
the
just
volume
heard
is
her.
off.
Is your volume down? Because I think I just heard you.
Yeah, you can hear her, but very low.
Say something.
No.
No. Okay. Let me see. Say something. Okay. Let me. I will not let you go. Now you see this word. Can you see this word? Okay. Okay. Now I was going to read your lips. No. Can you do you recognize this letter? It's like a B. It's a ba. Okay? It's a ba. And you recognize this letter? Aleph. Aleph. So this aleph makes a double vowel of the fatha. This is called fatha, which makes the sound a. So if we read these two letters together, it's ba, ba. Okay, very good. I'm telling you, I can read your lips very well. Now, this letter we studied today, and it's a what? It's a sa, sa, sa. Okay, so this whole word is bas, bas. Who knows what bas means?
Enough, must speak.
No, that's close. It's best. Bas is bus.
Bus.
This is
Bus.
like there are some words in Arabic, they just use the English word. Okay, so bus is like a bus, B-U-S. Okay, and that's the way it is written. Okay, now we see here the sad in the beginning of a word. Okay, in the beginning of a word, sad again in the beginning of a word, and sad here at the end of the word when it is not connected. And this is dad in the beginning of a word, which looks exactly as the sad on top. And this is vad again in the beginning of a word, although it's not in the beginning, but just because the letter before it is one of the 6 snob letters that do not want to connect with the letters after them, it should be written as if it's in the beginning of the word. And here is the vad at the end of a word when it is connected. So we have the whole thing together. Now
I'm sorry, Oded, there are 6 snobby letters? I missed that.
Yes, there are 6 snob letters. Why are they snob? Because
Nafkha, nafkha.
the nafkha. They do
Yeah.
not want to connect with the letters after them.
I missed
They are
that. Sorry.
only willing to connect with letters before them. Okay, and these letters are alif, like A, dal, like D, zal, like TH, like this, ra, like an R, za, like a Z, and wow. Wow is like O or W. It depends how to use it in a word. Okay, so let me try now. After we've seen the video and we've seen that, okay, let me try. Just a minute. Let me get rid of this. A minute. Okay. Let's go back. By the way, I have here, you've seen this before. Okay, these are all the letters in the Arabic alphabet, and here we have the sa and the dha, and I'd like to introduce you to this dha. It's also a dha, it sounds exactly the same, and it's a sister of that letter, which is ta. We'll get to that soon. Okay, let me get rid of this. Now I'm going to show you how we are going to write this. This is the sa and the dha. Okay. Now let me try and write, and please remember I have a very bad handwriting, and I'm using the mouse and not the letter. So use. Okay. Now I'm going to write sa in the beginning of a word. It starts from the bottom and goes sideways, and then you have a ragza and then kareem. Okay, I'll make it very big here so that you can see it. I start from the bottom, go sideways, and then go like that, and then make a ragza. This is a sa, okay, in the beginning of a word. And if I add a dot, if I want to, and I can make it into a dha. Okay, now this is the sa. Like, let me put some dot here, which means that there's another letter after that. Now, let me try to write the sad here in the middle of a word. So, like this is the, but I go here also like that, and go with the ragza, and there is some more letters after that. Okay. Now, I'm going to write the sad at the end, of a letter, of a word, sorry. So it is connected, and then I go like that, and then go down.
בסוף המילה זה נהיה ככה.
Okay, this is when the sod is connected at the end of a word. Now, if it's not connected, then you go like that. Well, okay.
ועם
Right.
כמה-
And if we add a dot, it becomes a vav. Okay? So the sod, you see something like we have this ragza here, which is really very, very peculiar and only on this letter. But when you go at the end, it disappears. You see, it doesn't have a ragza anymore. This ragza becomes this ending, like a small circle at the end. Okay? The sod and the vav. Okay? Now I'll try to also print.
וזה,
Let me try to
וזה.
the text.
סעדים,
Now,
זה.
I'm going to write sa. You see, sa, just to let you see how it shows, like when you're typing, when it's not like the end of a letter. Like here we have it when it is at the end of end of a word, but it's not connected. Okay. Now this is at the beginning of a word. Okay. Now I'm going to write another word. This font is not very clear, but it should be like that. And the font is not good. Okay, it should be like that, and then the ra continues from there. Okay.
כף כזה וכף כזה. בסוף. למה בסוף מם סופי? מם סופי.
לא, זה לא למדנו. זה לא אלה.
כל אלה זה הסופיות.
Too big. Okay. Now you see here the sad is in the middle, and the sad is again here in the middle, but because it's connecting to the ya, it looks very, very, I don't know. You see, like the way it looks here.
וזה.
Sometimes the fonts are not very, very clear. Okay. So here we have these two new letters. Let me go back just for a minute for
זה אחד עם קו למעלה, כן?
נקודה.
נקודה קו פה.
bigger. Yossi,
Yeah.
read please all of these.
Da,
No, here it starts with the sa.
Su. Suwa. Ra. Suara.
No, like you remember this letter can be one of two. It's either a consonant that you have to pronounce,
Right.
or it is a vowel that
Or
is here to make a
surah.
double vowel for the dhamma. Okay.
So the surah.
Here we don't have also any movement, any likud on top of it, so it is only
Surah.
makes it a double vowel. So what are you going to?
It's a surah.
Surah, very good. Continue. You
This
already
is,
read that.
Sai. Sayad. Sayad. Sayad.
Sayyad.
Sayad.
Sayyad. Okay.
Yeah.
And here, like if it was written in Hebrew, we'll say Sayyad. No, but here just a simple Sayyad. Okay.
Sayad.
Sayyad. And the last word here.
Is Bas.
Bas. Very good. Okay. Nadine, please read these. This is like a sad. We cannot hear you. Unmute yourself, please. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Dar,
Var.
dar.
You know, by the way, the meaning of this word?
No.
It means like abusive or bad, makes, you know, damaging. Var. Yeah, var. It's like something that is can cause you harm. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, try to read the word, Nadine.
Yordi,
Yurdi, to accommodate, to make you happy. Okay, yurdi.
Yeah.
And this word,
Marid.
marid. Very good, very good. Okay, Cynthia, can you go back and read those? I think you can do it in a.
Surah.
Okay.
Sayyid.
You have an
Sayyad, sorry.
Sayyad. Okay.
Bas,
And he
Bas.
catches, what does he catch? Fish?
Hunter.
Hunter. Very good.
Bas.
Boss. You know, even your English has a very good Iraqi accent.
Oh, thank you for the compliment. I try to stay authentic.
Very good. I do that as well.
I love it.
Okay.
Var, to harm. Yurdi, to accommodate. Maril, marad.
Marid is sick.
Sick.
And
Marad
marad
is
is sickness. Okay, very good. Anna, I don't know if you let me write something very
Challenge.
challenging. Yes, let me see. Let me see what I can type now. Okay. Now you tell me, where is it coming from?
Well, we didn't learn the lame, le, but I know it.
You know all these letters?
No, the L we didn't do. The
Oh, we
middle
didn't
one.
do. Okay. Okay.
I think I got it. Can I try?
Yeah.
Try it.
go on.
Maslawi?
Yes.
Very
Very
good.
good. Yeah.
Very good.
Where does it come from?
That I don't know. But I know, I mean, it's a name of people I know, but that's all I know.
Yeah. Maslawi, you know, there are many family names in Iraq that state the name of the city they come from. And the name of the city of this guy is Mosul.
Mosul.
Mosul is a city in the north of Iraq. And you also have Baghdadi, which means from Baghdad. You have Basrawi, which comes from Basra.
Oh.
And do you know where is Aini come from? There are so many Aini families, right? They come from a place called Ana. It's a small city near the Euphrates, okay? And
Wow.
and you have also Suweri that comes from Suwera, and you have Aini that comes from Kud, You have Arbili and Kirkukli, and all over. Okay, so
Wow.
Maslawi. Okay, now maybe I should write.
That's so nice. I
Yeah,
had no idea.
yeah.
I thought Maslawi means Jewish.
No.
Isn't
Oded.
it
Maybe
associated?
there are some connections because Maslawi have a reputation.
Musa.
No,
No?
they're Musawi. Musawi.
Musawi. Yeah, Musawi.
Okay, no, but
Mo-
there are some connections.
Moses followers.
Yeah. In Iraq, they didn't call us Jews.
Right.
They call us Musawi, like
Musawi. Right.
follow
Wow.
Moshe. Okay.
Right.
Dad, what is the sign to the left of the Lamed?
Okay, I'll show you something now. I want to teach you something. First of all, lam looks like this. Okay,
Okay.
we haven't reached that yet. Okay, but there is something when you put lam and then an aleph together, then it becomes something which is this. Okay, or that.
Mhm.
No. Like sometimes it's seen like this, and sometimes it's seen like that. Now
Hmm.
this is not a new letter. These are two letters that are sticking together. Okay, and each one can have its own way, like on nikud, on movement on it, and it's very tricky. Sometimes people think that this is another letter. It isn't another letter. These are two letters that are stuck together. There are things like that in the Arabic language. Usually there are more things like that when it's written in Arabic. Okay, listen, I'm going to end this session now. I hope to see some of you who is going to join us in the Judeo-Arabic. Just lift your hand. Okay, Nadine. Okay, Cynthia, no, I don't think you need it. I think you speak perfect.
Veronica too.
Veronica, are you good?
This was so enjoyable. Thank you so very much. Really.
My pleasure.
Ashtidak.
هلا بيكي. You're very welcome. عشتي وجيتي. Okay.
What should I answer to that?
عشتي وجيتي.
Yes.
I don't know whether there's an exact answer to that.
Same here. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll see some of you in the next session, and I'll send you all the video. And I hope it. I understood, Anna, that some more people were supposed to join us.
It's going to be a big class, and we're all
No.
excited.
I mean for classical Arabic.
Oh, yes. So we have about 10 that
You
have
have
registered.
about 10. Okay.
Today, Michael couldn't make it. He had trouble with the connection.
Okay.
Verna was not able to join. Virginie actually didn't make it today, but she will be in the class hopefully next week. So we'll be about 10.
I'll send them. I'll send you the I'll put it on the WhatsApp group. And
Yes.
Veronica, you got saved by the bell today because you had a problem. You'll be working double hard next time, I promise you. Okay.
Hello, can everyone hear me now?
Yeah.
Very good.
I knew you tried to trick us.
How convenient. How convenient.
So I'll give you more homework next time. Okay.
Veronica will read
So
first.
goodbye, everybody, and see you.
תודה
Bye.
רבה. תודה
Thank
רבה.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.